question I wanted answering was, did Moses and the Israelites actually stop at a place called Maqna in Saudi Arabia? Now, I think this is a hidden wonder, absolutely amazing place. I had to go and see it, and we did. And I'm going to tell you all about it. And at the end, I'm going to tell you whether I believe that this was a site visited by Moses and the Israelites. Now, this is a map of the area. Al-Maqna is a little town off the Red Sea on the northwestern coast, and here we've got like an aerial view of it. You can see the actual site here. It's that shape, it's not rectangular, but it's that shape. You come alongside there, and the big clump of trees that you'll see in a minute, that's where the 12 springs of Moses are located, supposedly. Alright, that they are the 12 springs of Moses. The way to get there is you can go from Tabuk and follow those routes, or you can go from Jeddah and follow those routes. We actually went from Tabuk. Now, before you actually reach the little town of Maqna, look out for this red brick wall on the left hand side. You'll be driving on the right, obviously, so you'd have to get into the left lane there, and there is an opening in the middle barrier for you to turn left. So once you've gone in, you come from the distance, you come like towards yourself here, and you can park your car here or your vehicle here, and then you go through this little bit, and there are some steps that will take you down to the 12 springs of Moses, where it's supposed to be. And there is some step-free access as well, I believe, to the right. It's quite sandy here, so, you know, I don't know. I think it could be a bit difficult if you've got a wheelchair or if you're not as mobile. Because although this first bit was sort of pretty, you know, sort of hard sand, it was actually compacted down really well. When we went further along, there was some quite loose sand as well. So yeah, so it's a short walk, and immediately in front of you is the little, I mean, I call it an oasis because it is really, I mean, it's just sand everywhere else. It's a very sandy, mountainous sort of sandy area, and this is where you find fresh water. There are some paved bits as well, but I just have to say it was so peaceful, it was so tranquil and so green, absolutely amazing. As we actually walked on, there's a green bridge that takes you across to the other side, because where all the springs are sort of coming and pouring water into this space, there's sort of like a channel that sort of goes across, so the bridge takes you over that. And I have to say, I did go around and count at least 12 little springs. They tend to spring from the sides of this sort of little depression. Alright, so as you're walking around, you see them sort of little trickles of water coming out, really, yeah? But the water is so clear. It's absolutely amazing. This is just a picture I took of just looking at it down the length of it, and there's the bridge on the left. So then you can see that there's water sort of springing up from under the ground. So there's a layer of water, you know, it's all collected, but the water is actually coming out of the ground as well as from the sides. This was really lovely to see. Look at how clear it is. And there's one little side, you'll see it in a minute, there's one of the little springs that sprouts from the side as well. Having done lots of research, I found no definitive evidence about the route of the Exodus. I did find this map, which relates to the area of the northwestern area of Saudi Arabia, and it shows a possible route of the Exodus down through the northwestern side of Saudi. And I think if you look across, it does sort of match up, because I think it's really possible that Moses did come through Maqna, because if then you were to head east, that's the way towards Madian, where he actually lived for 10 years. So I think it's very, very possible that this was true. And I've been there, so I'm really happy. We also found some little fish in a pool at the end of the channel, and my husband threw in cat dreamies, and they were like almost playing football with them, and they loved it. They were trying to get the dreamies for food. Then we did actually go down to the coastal part of Maqna, just have a look at the Red Sea. Isn't it beautiful? It's so, so blue. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, having sort of shown you a bit of Magna and the 12 springs. Please like, subscribe and share some comments if you've ever been. Anyway, see you on the next video.